Hello everyone, welcome back. So today I am going to talk about a small topic, that is the lacrimal apparatus. So today's topic, it usually comes for a 5 mark question, and in this topic you should know what is the definition of lacrimal apparatus and what are the parts and how it is draining the tear fluid. Okay, so if you see the definition of the lacrimal apparatus, that means the structures which is concerned with the secretion and drainage of lacrimal or tear fluid, that is called as lacrimal apparatus. Okay, so if you see the parts of the lacrimal apparatus, it consists of lacrimal gland and its duct. It has conjunctival sac, a lacrimal puncta and lacrimal canalicule, lacrimal sac and nasolacrimal duct. Okay, so these are the parts of lacrimal apparatus, and each part in detail you should know. So what is the importance of knowing this lacrimal apparatus? So when you cry, the tears usually comes out through the eyes. Along with that, some part of the fluid it comes out through the nose also. While knowing this lacrimal apparatus, you will be able to understand how it comes out through the nose. So in that, moving on to the first part, that is called as the lacrimal gland. If you say the lacrimal gland, it is a serous type of gland. It is an exocrine gland, that means it consists of ducts. Okay, and it is located, if you see the location of the lacrimal gland, it is mainly located in the lacrimal fossa, which is present on the anterolateral aspect of the roof of the bony orbit and partly on the upper eyelid. So that is the location of the lacrimal gland. And if you see the parts, it mainly consists of two parts. It has an orbital part and palpebral part. The gland, if you see the shape, it is J-shape. The J-shaped gland is innervated by the levator palpebrae superioris muscle. It is a muscle which divides the gland into two, a large orbital part and small superficial part. The orbital part is large and deeper. This palpebral part is small and superficial. Okay, that palpebral part you can see just beneath the eyelids. Okay, now it is an exocrine gland, so it consists of ducts. As I mentioned, it consists of ducts. Okay, so the ducts of the orbital part, it passes through the palpebral part and then it opens into the conjunctival fornix. Okay, so what is this conjunctival fornix? We'll see in the conjunctival sac. Okay, so there are ducts, as I mentioned, the ducts of the orbital part, it passes through the palpebral part and open into the conjunctival fornix. So the removal of the orbital part, that is functionally equivalent to the removal of the entire gland, but still the eyeball will be lubricated with the help of accessory tear glands. Okay, so that is about the lacrimal gland. And if you see the blood supply of the lacrimal gland, it is mainly supplied by lacrimal artery, which is a branch of ophthalmic artery, and it is supplied by a nerve which is called as lacrimal nerve, and which is sensory as well as secretomotor fibers. The secretomotor pathway of the lacrimal gland I will be taking in another video. That is also very important. You should ask us a 5 mark question. So that is about the blood supply mainly by the lacrimal artery and nerve supply to the lacrimal nerve. Okay. So now this is serous, as I mentioned, exocrine gland. So this gland, it is mainly producing the tear fluid through the duct. Now it reaches the conjunctival sac. It reaches the conjunctival sac and it lubricates the eyeball as well as the deeper aspects of the eyelids. The periodic blinking of the eyelid help to spread the tear fluid eventually. Along with that, same time some part of the tear fluid it evaporates. Along with that, it comes out through the lacrimal canalicule also. So that is about the lacrimal gland. Now moving on to the second one, that is the second part, that is called as the conjunctival sac. So the conjunctiva, it covers the deeper aspect of the eyelid, that is called as palpebral conjunctiva. The conjunctiva, it covers the eyeball, that is called as bulbar conjunctiva. When the eyelid is closed, you can see a potential space which is present in between the palpebral and bulbar conjunctiva, that is called as conjunctival sac. Okay, so this is called as the conjunctival sac. So most of the ducts, it is open into the superior conjunctival fornix I mentioned. So now we have to see what is this superior and inferior conjunctival fornices. So The line along with the palpebral conjunctiva of the upper and lower eyelid, which is reflected onto the eyeball, that line is called called as superior and inferior conjunctival fornix. There, superior conjunctival fornix, you can see most of the tear ducts and open, along with the accessory ducts also open. Okay, now moving on to the palpebral and bulbar conjunctiva in detail. So, if you see the palpebral conjunctiva, it is thick, opaque, highly vascular, and it is attached to the tarsal plate. But the bulbar conjunctiva, if you see, it is thin, it is transparent, and it is attached to the eyeball. Especially in the sclera portion, you can see, where over the cornea, it is continued down as anterior epithelium of the cornea. So that is about the conjunctival sac. The next one, that is called as the lacrimal punctum and lacrimal canaliculi. Lacrimal punctum means the small opening which you can see, that is the punctum. So from the conjunctival sac, the tear fluid, it enters into the punctum and reaches the canaliculi. The lacrimal punctum, even you can see in your lower eyelid as well as the upper eyelid, the medial aspect, the small opening you can see. Now moving on to the lacrimal canaliculi. So the lacrimal punctum, it continues down as lacrimal canaliculi. If you see the lacrimal canaliculi, it is about 10 mm in length. It has two parts, a vertical part and a horizontal part. The vertical part, if you see, it is 2 mm. The horizontal part is about 8 mm in length. And the junction, there you can see a dilated part which is called as ampullae. And this conjunctive lacrimal canaliculi of both tube, it finally opens into the lacrimal sac, especially the lateral wall. So that is about the lacrimal punctum and lacrimal canaliculi. That means now you can see the gland is mainly producing the lacrimal fluid. It comes out through the duct, reaches the conjunctival sac. It enters the lacrimal punctum. Now it reaches the lacrimal canaliculi. The next part, that is called as the lacrimal sac. So the lacrimal sac, if you see, it is about 12 mm in length. Okay, and it is mainly located in the lacrimal groove. Okay, it is location, if you see, it is mainly located in the lacrimal groove behind the medial palpebral ligament. The upper end is blind and the lower end is continued down as the nasolacrimal duct. If you see the relation of the lacrimal sac, anteriorly it is related to the medial palpebral ligament as well as the fibers of orbicularis oculi. Medially it is related to the lacrimal groove. Laterally it is related to the lacrimal fascia as well as the lacrimal part of the orbicularis oculi. So that is about the relation of lacrimal sac. Now moving on to the last one, that is the nasolacrimal duct. So the nasolacrimal duct, it is a membranous passage. It is about 18 mm in length. It is actually begins from the lower end of the lacrimal sac. It continues downwards, backwards and laterally, and finally it opens into the inferior meatus of the nose, where it is guarded by a valve which is called as valve of Hasner. Okay, so now we see how the fluid is reaching through comes out through the nose. So first, as I told, the tear fluids are mainly produced from the lacrimal gland. Through the duct, it reaches the conjunctival sac, and through the lacrimal punctum, it enters the lacrimal canaliculi, lacrimal sac. It comes out through the nasolacrimal duct, that is opening into the inferior meatus of the nose. So this is the way it is mainly coming out through the nose. So that's all about the lacrimal apparatus. The next topic, I will be talking about the secretomotor pathway of the lacrimal gland, which is very important, usually asked as a 5-mark question. Along with that, the clinical aspect comes in relation with the lacrimal apparatus. So that's all about today's